If you had 30 minutes to hide from a nuclear blast, where would you go? The high school about 5 minutes from my house still has a fallout shelter underneath. Not sure how stable it is now, but it's the closest option. There's a library in my town that is actually just under a mile from my house. It was originally a Tabasco drying warehouse, converted to an all-boys school, converted to the now library. The tobacco warehouse had a basement built to keep all reaches of moisture out for storage of the dry leaves. After the boys' school ran out of funding and the city board voted on construction of the library, it was discovered that just a few adjustments to the waterproofed basement was needed to save us from the Ruskies. So now there is a nuclear fallout shelter just a few blocks from me, under a library. So I'll head there, grab a few armfuls of comic anthologies, and wait it out. Hop in the nearest fridge. Hey there, are you subscribed yet? Please do. Also leave a like on this video to help out the channel. Go to Kohl's, buy a meat pie, eat it and sit on my porch. Oh, I've had to face this for real because here in Hawaii we got a false missile alert, but it took 40 minutes for the authorities to tell us that the real world, this is not a drill, missile alerts we were all getting were a drill after all. Since we're an island and we were told to shelter in place, I just sat down in my living room and waited. Lol. I don't even know. The only thing I remember from the CDC's disaster prep is to not use conditioner. If you grew up in the 1960s, hiding under the desk at school was good enough. The Winchester. Why do I need to go anywhere? A nuclear blast can legally not enter your house unless you give permission. I'm glad you are enjoying this video. Before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. I'd take a crowbar, lift up a manhole cover and hide beneath the street. Not too knowledgeable on the subject, but say you immediately hopped in your car and floored it in the opposite direction, would that be better than trying to find a nuclear-proof structure with supplies near you? Behind mom. To the center of the blast. It's so dumb. The blast wouldn't think to look there. As close to the nuke blast radius as possible. Better to be nothing but a shadow on the ground in one instant than to survive a few weeks dying of radiation poisoning. A room made out of flex tape. To heaven. I would go kneel down in a school hallway with a book opened over my head. I start jack off so my mummified body will become famous. Into the nearest vault. Eat a bunch of potassium iodine. In the Moscow metro. I'd get lost and be at the center of the blast when it went off. I stay right where I am. Nobody's gonna nuke New Zealand. Half an hour. I can drive a long ass way in half an hour. Mine 3 blocks down and place some obsidian above me. The trick is obsidian is immune to explosions. I go straight to my basement. Line the walls with Nokias. I'm broke, but prepared for this moment. During the Hawaii scare, my husband and I tried to figure out what position we should stand in to make the weirdest shadow out of our bodies. There are no basements where we live, and not many sewers to hide in. We didn't even call family members to say goodbye. We just drank our coffee and talked about how weird it would be for someone to find a 4-armed shadow with 2 human heads. I'd give the bomb therapy, talk to him and make sure he is okay. Consult his parents, Moab and FOAB, and make sure his history isn't affecting his social life with other bombs. I'd even check in with his uncle, the fat man, grandpa, Castle Bravo, and his brother, the little boy. Maybe with his friends too, and see how things are going in school. If he is doing bad, I will talk to the principal, Tsar Bomba, and ask him to make things easier so the pressure is off his shoulder fins. Steal a boat and cruise either directly out, use half the gas to sea or down the coast until out of gas. Overdose on insulin and binge on Reese's peanut butter cups. Double death, that's somewhat enjoyable. The garage to get tape, then shut off the outside air and tape the door and window seams. Fill the tubs with water. Then the basement bathroom, as it's the most structurally safe area in my house. You can't outrun a nuke. Just gotta survive the shockwave and the fallout. First part's the same-ish as an earthquake precautions, second part is keeping airborne particles down for like 72 hours I think. Don't really need to hide, nuclear blasts are notoriously bad at hide and seek. My basement, to the deepest corner furthest from the windows. Hide in a communications manhole, it's a big concrete box underground. Or the storm drain system. A manhole can be dangerous though, full of water, noxious gases, rats, snakes, scorpions, etc. Still better than a nuclear blast though. A nuke, let's say the atomic bomb we've used on Japan twice, is going to drop right where I am now and I need to escape it. I would set a countdown on my watch, gather some things from my safe, a few guns, hop on my motorcycle 2 minutes to the highway, jump it up to 120 to 150 miles per hour, in at around 15 minutes in I would already be more than 20 miles away, at 25 minutes I would be 40 miles away, with a few minutes left I would probably stop at a diner or somewhere and buy a Coke. Accept death. This has been posted before, but I would just drive away. Switzerland. It contains the most nuclear bunkers per people, with 300,000 bunkers, enough to hide its 7.6 million population and apparently 1 million more. My nuclear shelter at home. In Switzerland, these were obligatory in all new buildings before 2010, and my home was built earlier. Why has no one set up in a plane yet? There's a reason Air Force One is a plane. As far away as possible. After punching my boss in the face. Not gonna happen, nobody will bother wasting a nuclear bomb on my country. Nothing. I live far away from any major population centers and places of military significance. I don't have to worry about the initial blast. I may go to the store and buy some food though. Waffle House. They never close and most are still in business. Like my biology teacher said, I'd climb on my roof, pour a nice glass of scotch, spark a doobie and kiss my ass goodbye. Nearest hotel bar. Order the best, most expensive thing they have. With handy nearby beds in case of an opportunity for some last-minute sex. May as well have a good time on the way out. My Tinder DMS, nobody ever goes there, it's perfect. Yes Lord, you promised a lake of fire and we are delivered. NGL, I'd find the nearest titty bar. Nice try Skynet. Obviously the refrigerator, like Indiana Jones taught us. Hold onto a chain-link fence by a playground. Then you can reenact the scene from Terminator 2. I live next to a research hospital with several sub-basements. This would probably be my best bet. Hide. Why bother? I'd rather go out in a blaze than wither in a world of nuclear winter or radiation sickness. Get together some prosciutto, olives, cheeses, dolmadas, crackers, couple bottles of nice wine, settle back on my porch, play ball with the dogs, put an old favorite album on and just run through life. Many worse ways to go. I actually watched a video about what to do in a nuclear explosion. The safest place to be is in the middle of the building, and not go outside to hide anywhere. I'd sit on my staircase or hide in the room under my staircase. There's a mountain within a 30-minute drive from my house. The tallest point in the state. Not sure how accurate this is, but I've heard that if you can get above the clouds, radiation and the acid rain are less of a concern. As long as I have water, I could scavenge and hunt for food. That's my plan. If I end up dead, oh well. Would rather try to survive instead of just accepting death. Go hop on the boat and start hauling ass into the Gulf. Probably 15 minutes to get to the boat, 5 to get it launched, so I'm not going to make it too far before the blast, but maybe it'll be far enough. Alright, nice try North Korea. To the fridge to polish off that last 12-pack of Heineken. To all those people wanting to go towards the blast, good luck with that if it is in the GTA traffic. All lanes will be stuffed with traffic heading out, away from the blast. You are not going to make it walking either. You are going to suffer. No, you may not die in peace in one quick blow. Radiation poisoning it is, for your accursed souls. Good luck with the hospital waits on that one, you shall not pass. Okay, that's enough Reddit for now. Grab a diamond pick and gig straight down. Where the Pendy's roach goes. In the alcohol blackout. Straight to the liquor cabinet. 30 minutes ain't shit, but death with no pain is priceless. Do you know something we don't? Hookers and cocaine. The front lawn with a couple of joints and a bottle of Jack. Anyone can join the party. To my PC and try to get on last ranked game. Depends on far from the bomb I am. Right above me or is it like 50 miles away? Hell, probably. Shit, 30 minutes isn't enough to get away. I'd just try to find a good viewpoint to see the blast before it engulfed me. Geez, somebody is expecting the worst from election day. In a refrigerator. Assuming you knew where the blast would go off, wouldn't just getting in your car and driving the opposite direction for half an hour be enough? My fridge. It's already empty anyway. I would just go towards the blast. I'm not trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, nor do I want to experience my flesh bursting into flames or radiation poisoning. I'll spend my 30 minutes driving toward the estimated blast zone and just be evaporated. Thanks for the heads up. Outside. Duck it. Outside in the sun for the last time to enjoy my 30 minutes of sunshine on Earth. The time of a single nuclear bomb going off ended in the 1960s. The fallacy of this assumption, that you could survive a nuclear blast with a 30-minute warning. I would run outside and stand directly under where the bomb will land. Wait 25 minutes so I can run like a badass to the fallout shelter and laugh at those who didn't make it. First the liquor cabinet, then the fridge, then stop by my stash, then head outside to sit beside the outdoor fire, blaze up, have a couple drams of single malt, and wait for the fireworks. I'd just flick off the blast and chug some vodka. There's a bluff down to the ocean not too far from my house where people used to dump old cars. I run to the cliff and climb down, then climb into the trunk of one of the cars and wait it out. Assuming the bomb is dropped on the city I live in for maximum damage, most of the shockwave should go over my head. I have no response for the radiation, but I'll bring my kayak, and as soon as it calms down I'll row across the inlet to Hope, or maybe even just some random beach. I'll survive on local flora, probably low bush cranberries, lingonberries, blueberries and wild raspberries, until the military is able to evacuate survivors. Refrigerator. Moon. I actually live right next to a military base that has a fallout shelter, so they're lol. I will go near Wolverine. I do neuroscience research at an MRI center. The scanner room is encased in several feet of concrete to keep the magnet from frying computers in other areas. It's also in the basement level. I would be in the scanner room.